Hello guys and gals, welcome back to whatever the hell is going on here. We are potentially the worst police officer in history. We've lost our badge, we've lost our gun, we have no money, we've wrecked a freaking room at this hotel, motel, hostel, whatever it is. We're also kind of a bad person because in another timeline we tried to punch a kid in the face. I mean, sure, he was kind of obnoxious and high, and honestly kind of deserved it. This guy, Kuno, because he kind of did, not kind of, he started yelling about rape, you know. But we fell down and we sucked at it. This is the logo of the municipality of Revachol. We have the key for the trash compactor.
Container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
We found the key. Open the padlock.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Wait, what's this? We also talk to ourselves a lot. Ourselves? Or a lot of different parts of ourselves. Don't trust electrochemistry, and empathy is fucked up. Because we tried to have a little bit of empathy. Between the manager and his employee, we kind of tried to play matchmaker. But we just went to the manager and said that his love interest kind of rides the cock carousel. And yeah, we screwed that up. Our partner is not impressed with us.
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Yeah, open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Kind of what you would expect from a trash container.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
The lieutenant peers in. Look under the boxes of a carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Yeah, considering how we look and how we've acted, wouldn't surprise me if this is how our home looks like. You know, the home where we don't even know where it is. Because we remember nothing. We have completely lost touch with reality. We know nothing about anything. But somehow, our mind still keeps coming up with interesting encyclopedia facts about stuff. But we can't remember anything about ourselves or our life. And we're constantly wearing the expression on our face. Where does the expression come from? We have no idea.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Turbo noodles, are those faster than instant noodles? Also, what flavor? If they're spicy, wait, pick them up. Okay, pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Sure, grab the trousers.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Wait, is there another corpse in here?
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
So a few days ago then.
Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Bag the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
I see a lot of crap in here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Sure. We're already elbow deep in here. Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Disgusting, but bag the shirt.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of ribbed shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
Worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. So he was a security guard, I think. So kind of makes sense.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
You know, thrown a towel, a mug. That's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. Yeah, Kim, I agree with you. He is a pain in the ass. We're gonna... You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
But even the smallest of loose threads can unravel the biggest mysteries. And yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here, but I am not looking forward to it at all.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
Oh, shut up, you.
See?
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Search the food waste. Never know what we're gonna find.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey.
But hey, what?
What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Could be from the victim, could be from anyone.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Or could be that. I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board. Okay. Again, we're a very, very bad cop. Bad as in can't do your job, but probably also bad as in just downright nasty.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I don't know. We don't remember anything, remember? It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. That's my very best guess.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say. Neither do I.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. The mug. I'm getting the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
An antique? No.
Only in its social sensibility.
Take the mug. The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Dong, gong, 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 gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
He sounds relieved. So do I. See, what do we have here now? We have a coffee yellow man mug. Use the interact button in inventory to inspect the item.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
I mean, there's actually quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
The mug that didn't belong in the trash, it was just a funny mug, can't anyone laugh anymore? The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. That is, fraud and embezzlement. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your inane ideology. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective.
I don't know, because I'm fucked up. Damaged ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Oh, anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Uh-huh.
It's a metaphor for you.
I am the paper that wipes the stains. I am a stained toilet paper. Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Maybe it's kitchen tissue? They kind of look exactly the same.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not, though. It's toilet paper.
Yep. Take it off. Perception smell. Yeah. Okay, take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better.
Okay, inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run my finger across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Because we suck at seeing things.
It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of those hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
You mentioned the headlights of your Kinema?
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
I see.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
We shall do that.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight.
The difference is night and day. Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs.
Sounds like sometimes we write stuff down and then just doodle.
Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper. The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Wait, more than 100 on a freaking clipboard? What's in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
So we really suck as a police officer. No solved cases. Just take him and... yeah.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
Oh, I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
He nods, then turns back to his own case files.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Okay, it kind of looked like the entire game flickered there, but I guess we turned into afternoon, because it's basically 12:30. Still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they are written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I see. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one. With titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I see. Also, I seem to have a case named The Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
I guess you gotta find some fun in all the depressing work where you can.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
So what happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Oh. Counting the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Ooh, okay.
Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit it to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
Kim, do you have a pen I can borrow?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
Aww. With this beauty, commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body.
We can actually do that now because we found some ammonia.
Interview the cafeteria manager.
Done.
It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already finished, which would be the interview.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? This case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
I mean, the hanged man would be the obvious one. The Furies are at home in the mirror. The setting sounds shit on a stick. Let's keep it simple. The hanged man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Also a very logical name. I'm glad you approve.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Task complete. Read your ledger and name the case. I'm done inspecting these. Close the case files.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay. Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
So what types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Mm-hmm. Except station calls, do you mean calls when... No, probably when the station calls me. Probably when the station calls me.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
You sure? Misconduct fine?
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
So I can give fines to people?
But they appear pleasantly vague.
Station call. Pleasantly vague, as in I can abuse my power. Station call.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
I see, so basically a summons. Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Alright, enough.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Revertroll Citizens Militia. Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Either that or the aluminum thing on the top is loose.
Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside.
Okay.
Of permeables. The
Peek
plastic
inside.
shimmers
How would I
lapis
open it?
With your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. I have a 42% chance.
Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some. Then crack it.
Ugh.
The goddamn thing is stuck.
Damn it.
The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Yeah. I get the feeling I should actually increase my interfacing. So, sorry. Guess I will actually do that. Smell the ledger? Sure.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
At least there's some freshness to it. How about can I read the case files now?
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
That's not at all what you said, though. It's possible. Yes. Easy? No. You need to come up with a small archaeological system to reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and the numerical titular system is all you have. So I need more logic and I need more... I had a 72% chance. Put the ledger away. See, we have items, we have the pen, ampoule of ammonia, and the lieutenant's handkerchief, which we can sell for 2.5 real. Real. And we have booze. Well, it's time to investigate the corpse again. Shut up, Kuno. Piss off, Kuno. The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Okay, turn away. Because I need to do something with the ammonia. Can I equip it? No? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Wear it as a hat. Sniff it, man. Maybe I just have to go into the...
Still is.
Legendary!
Right. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once.
Oh, damn.
The second time, Not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Even with the ammonia? Oh, the ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
You feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it.
He pats your back again.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be doing fine, though.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
There's a pause.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
Do it without me. I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks me in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
But I don't want to get my shit together. Okay, I shall attempt to get my shit together.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. Okay. Volumetric shit compressor. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Also, we're almost to another level. So, temporary research bonus. Should I just do this then? I guess we're gonna... Yeah, shit compressor. We're gonna shit compress things for a half an hour. I really don't want to talk to the kids because they're fucking assholes. I guess I could talk to the manager. I could give the manager the key back. I'm sorry about the cock carousel
Can
thing.
I help you?
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Yes. After the workday is over.
Your body is ready, sire.
I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. A thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Was that a jab at me? Yes, it was.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
He gives you a meaningful nod. How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
He looks towards the booth.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Yeah, but right now I don't even have 1 real. I owe Gart 130, so currently I don't even have a place to sleep. How's that? How is that going to work? Gart, I saw a sign that I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
But maybe there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
He changes his mind.
Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Perfect. So in 5 minutes. There's something else I want to ask about.
What?
He sounds...
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Reaction speed, okay. Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
So who else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
Nothing we can do about it now, okay.
Thank you anyway.
Thanks. Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
Goodbye. So, 2 minutes left. How do I pass time?
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Maybe we should wake him up.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Wake up! This is an order. I am the law.
Why the yelling man?
The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look. Gives me a pensive look.
Looks like a sow descendant. A lot of sow dock workers around.
I need you to answer some questions right now.
Really? You woke me up for that? Fine. What is it, officer?
The worker gives me a vacant stare and then groans. Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking?
They got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. Or just getting some sleep. Or was.
Who's behind organizing the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no de facto leader?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What about the dead body in the yard?
Yeah. What about it?
You seem cool with it. Do you have many of those hanging from the trees around here?
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
That sounds insanely depressing.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it, and it looks like I am that someone. Tell me what you know.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
What trouble?
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note. in his blue notebook.
Was that a nod of appreciation or a nod as in, we're done?
So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Pat myself on the back. Tell me about Wild Pines.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
And how's that going?
How's it going?
The dock worker lets out a big yawn, then stares at the cafeteria's terrace doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse.
Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment.
But then you would be unemployed. Would that really be better for you? Maybe if your work conditions really truly suck, it might be better. I don't know. I don't know about your situation.
For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
He rubs his eyes and lets his head fall back on the table. Alright, I'll let you sleep.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
I see. Also, let's see, we wanted interfacing. Interfacing, and then next time I'm gonna do logic. We're gonna level up interfacing. Why did I need interfacing? My ledger. Also, please go there. Huh? Can I do anything about this now?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board.
Come on.
With the permeable
58% chance.
It's barely
Open
held together by a clip.
the hidden compartment in the clipboard.
Of urinal cleaner. Just relax.
Yes.
The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee, slowly.
Slowly, slowly. Let's not break anything.
The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know,
Slide the drawer open.
without resistance or sound. The two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
So what's inside? What's inside the ledger?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. What? Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Okay. Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Oh.
A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
I haven't eaten anything tutti frutti for a while. Ooh. Gonna get the hankering to go down and buy some tutti frutti snacks. Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
Could it be the woman in the upstairs? In the upstairs, in the room next door, where I was upstairs.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
Harry! Is that our name?
Throw it away, please.
Volition. But it will make me happy.
Outside, you hear the wind howl.
Wind's
A
howling.
sudden gale blows in from Martinez, flapping street signs and window blinds.
Come outside.
What?
Far away and outside, the reeds hiss with desperation. Step out.
No, keep reading.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Keep reading.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
Okay.
You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No. Hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
But you're the one who told me to hold on, Endurance.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways. What? Begin?
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there. Passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
The who?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who is that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
Is this related to the expression we're always wearing? Was that an old letter? Was that an old fling? An old flame?
Because it's always there.
Was that the X something? The...
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Right, enough, just lie there. Motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecule. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
That might be Kim. What is that? It's coal.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And it's...
Water?
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Sweet, sweet water.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to my mouth. I'll drink it.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
I guess that must have been linked to some serious trauma.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
2 days? Isn't it basically 3 days and then things start to shut down? You can survive without food for a few weeks, but water, I think it's 3 days. Drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water.
Ooh.
Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
Half a liter, okay.
What happened?
I should ask you the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out? About 20 minutes.
10 minutes, maybe.
Oh. I came into contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
He hands you the remains of my ledger.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
I mean, I bet it is. For a lot of cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Yeah. Let's solve the case.
Good.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Thought complete.
Bizarre scientific news from Rivershore West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
That's a lot of shit. Also, these are very weird and kind of disturbing graphics. Yeah. Task updated. We can probably check the all endurance white checks unlocked. Nice. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. What's white morning? Temporary research bonus, -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. Research time 5 hours. Sorry. Right, I had this one too. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Ledger of failure and hatred. -2 authority, but... Oh, how much authority do I have? 2. If I equip that, I would have no authority. Can I interact with
It's
it?
the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
Yeah, no.
It's...
I need to unlock my logic. Find out who is in the Union box, probably tomorrow. Read the watermarks while we're here. Who put the clothes in the trap? Ask the... I don't want to. Well, while we are here, can we turn on the lights so we can read the thing?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox,
Yeah.
and
Kim,
the soft
how do I turn
glow of
on the
fuel
headlights?
meter gauge.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canelo comes to life with a whiny growl.
Also very loud whiny growl. I barely heard what you said. Cooper's Kinema. Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
Good.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Alright, let's stand in front of the machine.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around me.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says, where are we on this?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. I mean, seems nice,
No, it does not.
the lieutenant says without optimism. Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the differing rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Fine. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
So 18 and then somewhere between 150 and 200. What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it.
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes here mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
So it started with 18, then went to between 150 and 200, then down to 3. So a record as an officer. Sorry, would that be solved cases, or? So it started off decently, shot up like a rocket to the moon, and then fizzled out.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all.
Okay.
What did you do before you volunteered?
We're gonna get some explanation about it. What did I do before I volunteered? Wait, 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Probably some boring office job, same as everyone else.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we?
Okay.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see...
A shit ton?
Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. But what's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Well, that's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's kind of obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives me a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
You know, maybe I should find a hobby?
Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
Maybe I should pour one out for the boys? The fallen? I guess not.
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Pour one out on the ground, ceremonially.
A dark pool of cheap wine appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema. Honorably done. You have given up some of your own blood for theirs.
The gloaming comes for all, but it came first for you. I will make it okay with the power of rock and roll. I'm sorry for killing you, or here's to you, honored dead.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
Yes, we are. Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Alright, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses the remote control on the key. I haven't saved. Let's go back to the corpse. Maybe we can do stuff. No. Can definitely go to the kitchen. Okay, let's try this again.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
It is still legendary, but we have +6 because our shit is compressed. So please succeed.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots because they are at eye height.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
Okay. doesn't really sound too comfortable, but sure.
Delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the world around you. Out of place somehow.
Yeah, why weren't they taken?
These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this, exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals, you think?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't.
Okay.
We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
He nods at Kuno, who's eyeing me suspiciously. Understood.
The sabatons dang off the man's decaying form. Ageless and synthetic.
The material does kind of look out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
So it's kind of good material then. I know nothing about material for armor. How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Okay. I can kind of see why they are very unwilling to invest.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
5,500, and 2 days at this shitty whirling a rag hostel is costing me 130. Okay, not just this stays. We kind of trashed the room, but still. That's a lot, I take it.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
Okay, so how could this man afford such expensive hardware? It was probably supplied to him by his employers.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Maybe. These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Yeah, it kind of both looks and sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
He points to the boots.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
Uh-huh.
Like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run my finger over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice.
Notice what?
The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Hey, looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
He dips the drying ballpoint of his pen on his tongue. E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Should I pull the boots off? I should pull the boots off. Pull the boot off.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Uh-oh.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with a boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Let go of the boot.
What's wrong with you, asshole? Why's he letting go, Kuno?
Because you're fucking assholes. Shut up. I want to punch you in the face.
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Was that censored in the original game too? Or did they do that for the final cut?
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
I have no idea. Let's back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Intricate web of blue lines from the right shoulder down to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Probably not a map of the night sky. I mean, could be, but no. Is this a electronic system?
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it?
Perhaps not.
It doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any radio computer your mind can imagine. The somewhat organic lines remind you of old filament memory units, but not quite. No, you're nowhere near right.
I'm definitely missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
A what now?
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
I love my encyclopedia. It gives me so much information on things I am genuinely curious about. Oh, yep, stop. I love Encyclopedia.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
And the sun changed again, I think. Also, can we... I fucking hate these kids. I hate them.
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, and then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. So kind of like a Polaroid, but not. You know, that's a cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
He slides the camera closed and tucks it away on his belt. Okay, so you took it out from inside your jacket, but you're now tucking it away on your belt? Why not put it back in your... whatever. You can have your gadgets wherever you want to, Batman.
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Kim decide when to use that. It's his stuff. What do we need this photo for, in case we need to look up what the hell that can be?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Alright, you can... Ooh, or maybe can I have it? I should look. No, I already took his pen. He can keep the photo.
Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Well, thank you.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
I like that the narration kind of changes every time we go back to the body. That's kind of cool. Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
XCOM terror from the deep?
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
That sounds like my reptilian brain. Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
Well, you are... No, there's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive? Also, why can I talk to corpses?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Alright, how about another question?
Go ahead, Cobbo.
Yeah. What the fuck is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination.
Imagination or psychotic break?
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me questions.
Here you go, you loony.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Is my name Rooney? No, it's probably Harry.
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Like, it said in the letter before we blacked out. Rooney is obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Yeah. Could I really be Harry?
You can be anything you want, brother Corpo.
Okay, enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
No, thank you. Which is also not what the text says, because the text says you can come back and look into this face anytime you want. Ask me your little questions, freshen your memory, create associations, remind yourself of your mortality, Copolopo. Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Okay.
This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Love Encyclopedia. Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind, for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
He nods. So, we're assuming the dock workers from the harbor did it?
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
I mean, it does make sense. It's kind of believably mundane.
70% of the cases I get are just filling in the blanks on the initial report. This belt worries me.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
I mean, how did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle, tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? Probably not.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
He makes a pulling motion. They lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. Oh, like that. They're still kind of high up, though. Still must have had... Unless someone was very, very tall.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink. Thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax my eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Probably rotted food or something that's been just lying there, dissolving in the acid of the stomach.
So, what do you think?
What do I think? Well, I think he's dead, of course. Do I think he was upright after death? Yes. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Yeah, seems like a lynching to me.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Yeah, can assume all you want, but don't act on anything unless we have evidence. And now it's snowing. It rained before, now it's snowing. Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Shut up.
Talking about shit.
Shut the fuck up. Goddamn right I'm a... Yeah. Well, if the game censors it, I'm not gonna say it. We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
He's kind of beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
I really want to punch you.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Back off and catch my breath. I really don't like those kids.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
They are probably not meant to be likable. Good work. So, how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
He stops to think, then checks his notes. Step back and have another look first.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Yeah, the preliminary examination is done. Let's get him down.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Yet another skill points. I'm gaining experience like him. Oh, I get 70 experience from that. Okay. I don't see a good angle of approach onto the belt. Ah, fucking kids. They could climb up the ladder and cut him down, but
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
yeah.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
I could saw the branch, but that we kind of need to get up there. If we could get up to saw through the branch, we could just snip it. Maybe we can shoot him down. What? No, we're gonna try to be a decent officer. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Yeah, let's reconsider.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
I feel like skewered chicken. Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Yeah, you have a point.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands.
He covers his nose.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
I mean, we could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, that seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
Oh, fuck you.
How?
The lieutenant remains unaffected.
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Oh. There, the buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno.
Say nothing, let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks,
That's a weird firearm.
securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Do not disturb his concentration. I'm gonna say nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
Can you shoot that kid in the face?
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, it's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Right, so what now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
I mean, yeah, let's not fire more. Or maybe, can I have the gun? I could try it.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses, then shrugs, and proceeds to load the pistolet.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun!
Just right between the eyes.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
For you, you're gonna take one shot in the dick. Take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Point the gun at Kuno-S. Close my left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
42%. You know what? No, we're gonna go on Kim's. Yeah, give it back to Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I agree. Enough gunslinging for today.
Yeah, but what about the body?
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men.
Okay, let's do that. So very, very tempted to aim at the kid. I kind of want to kill them. Level up my logic. Now, what did I need to level up my logic for? For my case files. For my case files.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the
Ooh,
board.
Kim explained the system.
Valuables drawer inside.
And I can
It's
actually...
held together by a clip.
Yeah, I can probably do this now.
By the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Yes, urinal cleaner. 83% chance. Read my case files. Ah, but we're gonna do that next time. Leaving this episode here. No kids shots. Also, just noticed that there's actually a birdhouse up there. I was gonna say bird's nest, but no, that's a birdhouse. So, doing that next time. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please take care of yourself, and remember that you are always, always appreciated around here.